Okay, so in the short term, in quant, something happened in this move up in here that makes me say, you know what, this might actually be a very solid bullish sign. And in this video, I'm going to talk to you about that sign and also the bullish possibility that suggests the bottom is in right in here. So with that said, hi everyone, welcome back. I hope you're having a great time with your family and loved ones, and Merry Christmas to every single one of you. I hope that you are going to have a fantastic next year and you are going to make a lot of money. Now, I want to be very clear. What I'm going to say in this video about the short term doesn't really concern the mid to long term scenario in QNT, okay? This is very, very important. This is just a short term analysis. In the mid to long term, we are 1000% bullish. Understood? Okay, let's go on H1 time frame and see what is happening. So in quant, here is what I have in my mind. Either this is going to be our final bottom for the current move down around $95, or maybe we're gonna have one more lower low and then after it, it's going to be our final bottom and we are going to get a very strong bounce back. Now, which scenario is going to be in play? Well, we cannot say anything for sure and there is no certainty in any market, but now I'm seeing some bullish signs in here suggest that maybe the most bullish possibility in the short term is going to be in play. You see, I was saying, if you want to argue that in quant, we're going to go down to set another lower low, then okay, this move up is going to be part of a correction and it might be the C leg of an ABC running flat starting from right in here about $107. Now, here's the situation. I can still tell you that this is an ABC running flat and maybe we are having, if I just do this, a WXY in form of a flat and a zigzag. However, this is actually a good sign. Is it just because we had a move on the upside? No. If you are a regular viewer, you know it. The shape of this move to me is what really matters. You see, let's go actually on 15-minute chart and see what is happening. I can tell you, look, this might be a very, very clear one ABC flat into wave 2, decent 5 wave up into wave 3. I would say to about here or maybe here, doesn't really matter. Correction for 4, and this might be another move on the upside into wave 5. Now, if you want to be bullish in quants, then okay, you can argue, look, this might be 5 wave up into wave 1, correction for wave 2, and then we're going to get big move up into wave 3, 4, 5, which on a higher degree, this orange 5 wave up is going to be into this larger degree wave 3, and then we're going to have corrective movement for 4, another move up into wave 5. So you see, it seems like that we do actually have the right bullish structures in QNT's chart in the short term in order for us to be able to say that the bottom is in. But again, I want to be very clear, we cannot say for sure that this bullish possibility is going to be in play. Now, what can be a much more bullish sign in QNT is if we get a move up in order to go above this level, do a pullback, and then a continuation of the move on the upside. Why is that? Because this is actually quite a powerful level. And if we go above it, at that point, I'm going to say my primary scenario suggests that most likely the bottom is in. And if this was supposed to be a correction structure, then okay, we wouldn't have really gone above this level. That's why I want to argue if we get back above this thing, it's actually going to be a great sign for quant. And now that we talked about the bullish scenario in the short term, let's also mention the bearish possibility. You see, if you want to argue in QNT in the short term, we're going to have another move down in order to at least take this low for the first target around $95. Then, okay, you need to have your eyes on this low right in here about, let's say, $102.50. Why is that? Because if from here, or maybe a bit higher, we get a move down, and in that move, we take this low, at that point, there is going to be, I would say, pretty much no shot for us to be able to find off of the lowest low in here an impulse, and odds are that we're going to say, look, this is just a correction, maybe ABC, maybe even a WXY, doesn't really matter. The point is, we're going to say at that point that our move down is going to continue, and in it, we're going to take this low, and maybe if the downtrend is actually quite strong, we're going to go down and reach to about the next important level, right in here between 76 to about $80. Now, do I think this is likely? No, I don't really think so. But what if we do actually get this much of a strong move down? Is it going to be a very bad sign? Absolutely not. In fact, I'm going to tell you right now, if we do something like this, right in here, if I see the structures that I want, I'm actually going to go long in quant in hope that we get the next phase of the bull run, and in it, we at least take the highest side in this area around $175. And I just do not believe that we are going to stop there. No, we're going to go quite a bit more higher than that. And if I want to go long in this area, my stop loss is naturally, you know it, going to be under the lowest low down here. I think it was about $50. And my target, well, I told you earlier, the minimum one is going to be somewhere around $180, which means I'm going to have at that point a risk to reward ratio of about, I think it is 1 to 5, which is absolutely fantastic for me. The reason that I say it in every single video, overall, there is nothing to be worried about, is because in the midterm, I believe in quant, there's a very, very high chance that we have reached to our final bottom around $50. And this is just a bullish setup. And on a higher degree, we are probably having a wave 1. This is a correction for wave 2. And at the moment, we are on our way to complete the sub waves for a huge wave 3 and then correction for 4, another move up into wave 5. And I'm thinking we're not even in the middle of completing the sub waves for our wave 3. No, I believe we are just at the very, very early stages of completing the sub waves in here. And in this phase, we can definitely set an all-time high and take the highest high all the way up here around $450. And I told you so many times before, I think we are going to go quite a bit more higher than that. Why is that? Because even on a higher degree, in the absolute long term, I believe this bull run is a 5-wave up. We talked about the sub waves in here so many times. I'm not going to bore you with counting them again. And then we are having in here a corrective movement for our wave 2. And this orange 5-wave up is going to be into a wave 3 and then correction for 4, another move up into wave 5. And usually wave 3 is quite a strong wave. So for me, makes perfect sense to say, you know what? This bull run in quant, which is going to be into our wave 3, is going to be absolutely magnificent. And we are going to see in this cycle something very, very special. So in the mid to long term, I just do not believe that we are having anything to be worried about. But in the short term, we can have different possibilities. And if we do actually get a move down, again, I want to be very clear, that might be a solid long opportunity, well, at least for me. So let's have our final conclusion and wrap up today's video. In quant, overall, there's just nothing to be worried about. And in the short term, we are also seeing some bullish signs because this move right in here seems like that it wants to be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave. Now, what I want to see in order to be able to be bullish with quite a bit more confidence is actually a move down, maybe from a bit higher in form of a correction, and then after it a move up in order to go above this level and reclaim it once more, followed by that a pullback and then a continuation of this move up in order to take this side and confirm that we have once more broken this level. And at that point, my primary scenario just in the short term is going to change to the bullish one. Now, if something like this is not going to happen and you do not want to be bullish in quant, then okay, you need to see a move down from here or a bit higher, doesn't really matter, in order to take this low about $102.50. Why is that? Because if we do this at that point, finding an impulse starting from this point and ending to about here is going to be extremely challenging. And we're going to say, you know what, maybe this is just an ABC or maybe a WXY, which may have started from this point. And we can definitely say our move down is going to continue, and in it, we're going to take the lowest low in this region for the first target around $94, and we might go quite a bit more down than that, which again, because the overall picture is absolutely bullish, well, right around these low prices, I might actually go long in quant. But for now, since we are not there, let's not talk about that kind of bearish possibility. Let's just remain optimistic and say, you know what, maybe the bottom is in. So I hope I explained everything well and you understood what is going on in QNT's chart. Anyway, If you found any value in my content, I would really appreciate if you like this video and consider subscribing to my channel and follow me on Twitter. And if you want more, maybe you want a complete analysis for your own specific crypto, or maybe you want to learn some DCNTA in order to be able to make good money in the markets, you can become a member and ask me anything you want. And until the next video, I hope you have a wonderful time with your family and loved ones. Goodbye.